Alright, welcome back to the Pac-Man World 2 speedrunning tutorial. I really hope my last tutorial I put out like a week ago helped, so... but yeah, let's get started with Be Doing Woods, the video game. So when you first start, you're gonna charge a full rev roll and then do a rev jump here. It's kinda easy. It doesn't have to be fully, but I recommend just doing it fully. Like, that wasn't a full roll. Or, I don't think that was. That barely wasn't a fully charged one. But I recommend doing a fully charged one. So one more time. Pretty easy. And you can either rev roll to this, or you can walk and then jump to it. The rev roll is slightly faster, but you'll probably like ledge grab this most likely, so just do whatever you feel like. And then you're gonna rev roll under these bedoings and jump to this one. And I'll show you how I do that again. Like face. It's kind of hard to explain, kind of, like I said, with some other things. Like once you're in like the middle, like right here, which is kind of hard to see because that blue bedoing is in the way. So like just pretend I'm in a rev roll, so just rev roll like in the middle, kind of. If you can't do it, then you can roll to the side and then bounce there. Just do whatever you feel like. And sometimes, if you're too early, you'll sometimes just grab the edge, and sometimes you can get it where... Let me try to show it off. I'll give it like a few more shots. Sometimes that'll happen where you'll just jump and not bounce. That happens occasionally, and I hate that. And also, I just realized I didn't start the timer. So, there we go. Anyways, let's continue. So anyways, you would, oops. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't die from there. You're gonna bounce this bedoing and then just stay around here. Staying here is fine, but it's kind of scary, so I don't stand close to it, so just make sure you're on it. Fully charge your ruffle to right here. I don't think it's possible to make it over there. Alright. So just charge your roll here. Then stay on like the middle of this like dot here. Shut it off. Or I said shut it off, I meant show it off. So like if you're like in the middle, like right here, if that's good. Or like right here, more like where I'm positioned. And rev roll, and you'll probably roll right here most likely. Then bounce, bounce, and then just do the inputs like that. Oops. Like that, and you're gonna get on this box, and then I'll show you why you need to get on that box. And then do a roll right here, and I'll show you how to do that. And it's the first sequence break of the run. Am I gonna get a good camera? Nope. If you die there, the camera gets stuck there. I don't know why. Sometimes you'll just have to wait. Or you can be risky and just keep going, but it'll have to be blind. Or if your camera is that messed up, you can actually get it to spawn right here. So, I don't know why that is, but it's just how video games work. So you're gonna stand like on this box. Just make sure you don't break it. If you break it, you can still get the skip, but it's just gonna be kind of unlikely, kind of. So like stand on it, and then you're gonna do a full charge revel, and then hold down left slightly, and then you should make it. And I'll show you the cue, a good cue to start off with. See, that's why I do not recommend doing it blind. I tried doing it blind, but just wait until the camera just gets good. Just make sure you're on the box. I recommend using the tree that where Pac-Man is right now. Like this tree right here. Is a good cue. Oops. I didn't know where my roll was. So let me try it again. Or like slightly around this part of the tree right here. Like right here, kind of. I just walked off like an idiot. And this saves like... I can't remember how much. It's at least 10 seconds faster than just going around, because usually you would... Nice dropped input. Usually you would walk around this tree and then you would go all the way over here and then going over there. I didn't want to get that. And you climb up there, and that's slow, so... And you'd see like the doings are right there, so... Also, I should mention on Xbox and PC specifically, those bedoings are not loaded in right away. For some reason, I'm not sure why that is, but it's just for the Microsoft versions. Because they spawn fine on PS2. So... But I think if you like walk around this area or trigger the camera, they do spawn. Because it's been like... Because a lot of people have just been saying, "Oh, die," and then they'll appear, but death abusing is not faster, it's slower. So just go here. Because usually... I dropped another input. Nice! Yeah, and again, shouts to bad camera. I have to walk around since I got that checkpoint over there. Usually you would grab this and then die. So you do that if you're on PC or Xbox. I think it would save like at least a second or two on Xbox and then a lot of time on PC, since PC loads are really bad. Okay, I haven't messed that up in a while, actually. So, again, like I said, nice camera. If you break the box, which I'll show you actually, you can still make it, but probably barely. I'll show you two different ways you can do this. Like, one of them is the one I do, and then the other is just like a second slower, but it's, I think, safer. You can do a short roll, then stop it, and then bounce here, and then here. Because you're going to get on that branch that's right up there. I hate dropped inputs. Or you can do a charged one and then jump And don't bounce on like on the edge. I didn't mean to bounce like twice on there and then there. You usually just want to do that and then bounce. So one more time. I guess you can pause buffer this if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it because that happens. Like, just like use this tree as the cue. Like, I'm literally facing the tree right now. And so you just like roll from that box to right here. You can get the checkpoint if you want. And you're gonna go on this like little slope thing on the air. Don't go on like the middle. Because I was telling you in the air for longer and it wastes time. Do a short one and then just go right there. Good thing to practice, really. That is not going to work. And then this part you're going to want to roll charge roll here. Land on this doing, and you can either rev roll across them or you can jump across them. I recommend jumping across them as a beginner. So you can do that. Make sure you get this power pellet, because if you don't, the ghosts will shoot you. And they can like shoot you off the edge and then you'll die. So like here, like I'll show you. Like they shoot stuff, so just make sure you get it. And then this roll here. Just make sure you're kind of touching the wall, kind of. Like this wall, and then just pick with my input shown. It's kind of easy. If not, then if you can't get it, you can just jump across. And also the ghost could sometimes get in your way. Like, oh, I got bad RNG. Well, I didn't really. I just intentionally ran into that ghost. And then just walk to the ending. Pretty simple. So that's doing woods. And then we have Treewood Forest, or Treewood Forest. This level is pretty cycle-based, as you can see with the moving saws right there. Those are really annoying. So charge a fully charged roll, just jump, and then you can... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You can do that. That's what I recommend doing. Or you can do this. I wouldn't recommend doing that because I'm not familiar with that, but just choose whatever you like. And just depending on your movement, the saws can be in different cycles. And then you're going to want to grab this like tree, like don't grab it from here and then go, because that wastes time. So just grab it like here-ish. And then you can either wait until you get to like the edge of this branch, or you can do this alternatively. Do that. It saves a few frames, but it's not a huge deal if you don't go for it. Bounce on this bit doing. Be careful for these saws. And then get up here, just mash A here. If you mash A, you'll always grab it like on the first frame. So So just always mash it and then you'll always get up there. Do a short roll. Go here. Oh, I skidded. I almost died. And depending, well, since I stalled a lot, my cycles are now off, so depending on where the salt is, you can roll and then go and then bounce here. Or I'll show an alternative way. You can either do a short roll and then bounce here. That's what I recommend doing because that salt can literally get in your way sometimes. So let me try to show off this thing real quick if I can get it. One more try. Ah, whatever. Sometimes there's a chance if you bounce on the saws, they don't hurt you. And you can save health. It's kind of, I don't want to say random, but it's inconsistent to say the least. Because I believe if you bounce right on the center of it, you shouldn't take damage from it. So if you like get on here, you can do the bounce here. Be careful for these saws. Make sure not to hug the wall, or else this can kind of happen. That you can get the roost camera. Oh, I survived. Let's go. Just make sure you're not hugging it, or else that will happen. Just make sure you don't die by the saws. Don't hug the wall too much, but it shouldn't be that big of a worry. And jump over these saws. Be careful. I'm gonna die so I can get my health back. And then I'll show you this next speedrun trick. So, right here we have like a little rev jump thing. No. I hate this guy so he's not in my way. The ghost can sometimes get in your way too for this trick. So this is what you're gonna do. For this trick, I see a lot of people struggle with this trick, but barely if you're not holding any direction and then you go like this, you'll always make it. So just don't give any analog input for that. You kind of can, but I don't. For my preference, I don't really do analog input, but for some people do, but I just wouldn't recommend it. But just do whatever you like. Sometimes if your angle's off, sometimes you won't get like a rev jump. You can either do a roll and then jump if you want to be safe. Just make sure jump over these saws. Make sure they don't hurt or kill you. And then walk and then just bounce on this bedoing. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Here and then just walk. Make sure you don't get hurt by the saws. Whoa. Okay, I'm not used to walking backwards in this area, so that's why they were moving kind of faster. So you can do a mini roll here. It's a bit risky, but it probably saves a bit of time. You can either you have some choices here. You can either walk, bounce in these two, and then go over there, or you can jump on this bedoing and then roll here. I can't really go back, but actually I can, but that would take like years. So you can either jump on those two and then go down here, or you can do the roll. Just choose whatever you like. And here we have a strat called Pacifist. You're gonna position yourself like around where the bolt where Pac-Man's low leg is standing, like on that little nail thing or whatever. on the metal part. And then you're gonna try to hit the bear and stall him so you can charge and skip killing him, which saves a bit of time. I missed him. Let me try it again. This saves like a second or two, so it's not a huge deal if you miss it or something. Oh, I almost had the impossible thing. So let me show that off again. The bear's positioning can vary most likely. So you'll just kind of have to see what he's doing. If you miss, just kill him. Just butt bounce on him. Sometimes there's a chance you'll hit him and then he doesn't, he still hurts you. And then you're gonna either rev roll to like this area and then jump here, or you can try the impossible strat, which I'll give like one shot so I can show you it. I didn't get it, that's fine. There's a chance where you can get like a little jump boost off here and you could skip the sledge grab. I wouldn't recommend going for it though, but it's kind of pretty cool. And then like in the nice camera, in the beginning, just grab like this part, like not like these, because this wastes time. It's possible to skip this, but it's just not worth it. It's stupidly hard. And I've only seen one person ever do it on emulator, and I don't think there's a video of it, so just take it, don't mess with it or anything. Nice lag. You can do this. That's what I recommend doing. Where is this lag coming from? I guess don't grab the edge of this because this is lagging the game apparently. I actually just walked off. I've never been so bad. I guess I'll give that swag strat one more shot. And kill this bear so I can show you. Nah, I didn't get it, that's fine. Don't mess with it really. So just keep holding right. And once you like get here, you can get up and then make your way, or you can do this. It saves a few frames like the other one. And you're gonna jump off these branches, which shouldn't be that hard. And then just be careful for the final saw. You can either tap the C stick for the camera. If you want to see what your cycle's at, that's what I do. So you can either wait for a bit until the saw gets away, and then hit the wall so that way you don't get stuck on here or get the height. Like that, kind of. And make sure you time it correctly, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Just do that and then just walk, because if you like skid or butt bounce, you'll wait until your current action is done, so just don't do that, it just wastes time. So just time it correctly and stuff, and then it should be pretty free right there. So yeah, that's that level. And now we have Butane Pain. This is a cool level with the second sequence break of the game. You're gonna hit this orange button here to spawn this chrome ball thing. And I'll show you like my inputs, or like what a good input thing looks like, so you do it every time. So that, do a short roll, and then jump on this branch right here, and then you're gonna make sure Pac-Man's like positioning is in between these two trees right here. So like it's like a big boulder or something. Like just imagine these are like, this is something, and then this is a boulder that's like stuck in the bottom or something. Oops. That was just me being bad, don't mind me. Don't do that roll, by the way, because you can easily ledge grab. Show it off one more time. And then you're basically rough rolling from a death plane trigger thingy. So that's basically what you're doing pretty much. I'll show you what happens if, like, you know, oh, why can't I just go on that other side? Well, this is what happens if you try to roll. Oh, I can't control the camera, that's dumb. Like right here, if I just like go straight, I'll always die 100% of the time. Or actually, you can do this actually. So I think this is consistent for this queue at least. Just make sure like you're on like the corner here, face this tree, and then just hold forward, and then you should make it. Then just mash A to bounce on this. If you need a practice file, you can get these lives if you want. I'd only just recommend doing that if you like need a practice file or something. However, in the run, I wouldn't get it because it wastes a lot of time, and you're basically gonna get lives like everywhere else. So like there's no reason to grab these intentionally because you'll get some in the run later. And then you're gonna actually, let me show that again. So I have a chrome ball. So you're gonna bounce, and you can either bounce on this platform here or these branches. I recommend this one because it's safer. This one is slightly faster, but it's more riskier, and that can happen too. So I recommend doing this though, since it has like a checkpoint kind of, and it's kind of also less risky because in case you're like, sometimes these saws can like send you flying off the edge like this kind of. I one didn't. Let me try again. Well, not like that, but in a different way. So just make sure you're like, if you're gonna do this, then bounce like in the middle, in case like if your cycles are off, then you can either get sent flying off the edge. But just do whatever you prefer. And here you're gonna wanna and jump, and then actually that was not good. Let me try it again. Oh, my cursor's still in the game. So jump and then bounce to get like a boost on like the slide thing here. And then after you're done, and after that, flip kick, so you cancel the animation from skidding. And then I actually, have to re-enter since I don't have my chrome ball with me. Come on. Now, like I said, since I had bad movement at the beginning, all my cycles are now off. This is like a, I don't want to say a super precise roll, but this collision is kind of finicky where it can give you a boost upwards, and then you can like jump here and then get here, and sometimes you can bonk here and then you can go there. So let's see what happens. Okay, that time I went upward, so yeah, just do whatever you prefer. If you can't do it, then you can just kind of walk around here. I don't know how much this weighs though. Like this at least saves like 5 seconds or something. And then you're gonna bounce on the Bedouin, not ledge grab it like an idiot. Just bounce on these. I'm gonna death view so I can get my health back for this. It's like when you bounce on this or whatever, or you can do this and then jump. Because you're gonna get set up for chrome ball skip here, which is a bit of a finicky thing, skip thing, and this saves a lot of time. So you're gonna, if you bounced on this Bedouin, bounce on this box here, and then like grab like this edge like around where these two circle things are, because that's a good spot to grab pretty much, and then bounce and then flip kick to this button, because like if you like bounce on it, you're gonna activate a cutscene and it's gonna waste a lot of time. So just flip kick and then jump, or to be safe, or alternatively you can jump bounce in this box if you're on the ground. You can either wait and then jump here, and I'll show you what this jump is after. This is kind of a really easy jump to get. Like just copy what my input does and you should make it every time, because this jump is not intended. Because usually you would take a chain and then bounce on the Bedouins, and then you would end up on the oh my goodness, on the right. Take that bat. So like if you get here, you can wait and then jump, just so you don't have to worry about dropping an input or anything. You can do a short and then charge a short roll here, or you can roll or walk. I don't think either of them are the same length, I think. Like that jump usually skips like this area and all that jazz, so I'm gonna cut this corner here, and then you're gonna walk on this rope and then grab the edge here, or you can do this, not that, but this is something I wouldn't recommend, but this is slightly faster. That's all almost killed me. That's what I was trying to do. That saves like 1.5 seconds, I think. But it's kind of precise, so I just wouldn't recommend it, but it is something cool. Like I said, I wasn't giving any analog input there. And if you're gonna do that strat, just make sure Pac's drop shadow is like in the middle. Because if it's like in like this, then you're just gonna roll off the edge. Or bonk and then fall. But just, I would not recommend going for that if you're starting. So, ooh, I saved that ledge grab, but then I ledge grabbed there. Just be careful for that saw. And then this ending part is literally the same from Treewood, so I'm just not going to explain it. If you watch the Treewood part, you should know what to do here. I didn't feel like I was going to make that. Careful for the saw. And then bam, you win game again. So and here we have a sort of difficult thing to learn. But once you like learn this, then you'll get extremely good and never reset on this level. This is Inky, aka easy gaming. So like I said, you're gonna want to mash start and then just watch my inputs. I'll show that off again. Like this boss is like kind of self-explanatory. Like you're just gonna have to just watch my inputs and just copy them because it's really easy to learn. So, like this is really easy to learn, so it's not really hard to say, in my opinion at least. And I guess I can show you something that can occasionally happen. Not that's you shouldn't mess that up really. Unless you're Dage, because world record dies in this level. So mash start. So you're mashing start to skip the cutscenes. So each phase has 2 hits, so phase 1, 2, 2, or phase 1, 1, 1, phase 2, 1, 1, and then phase 3, 1, 1. So it's nice camera. You can either do the tapping method. I don't do it because that happens. So just don't do that method, just hold the stick. And you shouldn't get that camera glitch thing. So mash start. Oops. Let's see if I can get the frame perfect pause. Oh, I got hit. So, this is a bit hard to start off with, but it's really easy once you get the hang of it, like I said. Let me die so I can show you this again. Don't mash pause on after 3rd phase, or else you'll pause. And then pay attention to the score after this thing, because you're gonna use it for a cue to skip the next cutscene. And it's very useful, and not a lot of people use this cue. So like once the 5000 appears, you're gonna wanna mash start. And then I'll explain one more thing about this boss after. So once 5000 appears, just mash it, and then you should skip it every time. Sometimes you can mash it like a frame too early or something. That can occasionally happen, but that's a really good cue. I should mention these hits I'm doing where I'm hugging into Inky. That's only on this version I'm playing, which is the American GameCube release, and the Black Label PS2 release. Those are the only versions where this works. I don't know why this is, but it's patched on every other version, so you're gonna lose time pretty much to this, so basically you get knocked back here. I'm just going my rolls backwards, so just pretend I'm getting knocked back. I can't remember if there's like a good route for this, for messing this up. Wow. I've never had trouble replicating a thing that's from a different version. Whoa, that was weird. Just pretend I got knocked back, and then you'll just have to kind of hit him. Knock back, and then hit him. So that's what you do if you're not on this version. And Black Label PS2. The cursor is on the game again, bruh. And sometimes a good tip that I'll show off here, if he'll actually do it, which I don't think he will. But yeah, sometimes he'll shoot a saw. Just wait for them to go, and then you can hit him. It'll depend what happens on like second phase, which I guess I could show off here. It's like, oh no, I messed up. Just wait for them to go off and then do that in case you mess that up. That helps. One more time. Oh wow, I actually messed that up. Also, if you're on PAL, the score that ticks down, like the 5,000, that it goes like a bit slower, so the 5,000 is not going to appear. I don't know why it doesn't, but that's just how PAL is. Just shoutouts to frame rate. So I think, if I remember correctly, you have to press start once, like a half a second after the 4,998 appears, I think, and if not, when the 4,999 thing appears. But yeah, pretty easy boss, but it's kind of easy to beat this thing in like 20 seconds. And I press start a frame early, so pretty easy boss. And there, that's gaming. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back next week with a great tutorial on World 3, so peace, gamers. I'll catch you then.